Hello, Year of the Hare people. So, Year of the Hare people, I am going to... Hang on a second, just quickly check something. We're doing readings that are integrating light and shadow today. I'm just making sure all of this is okay. And we are going to start with a card from the White Light Oracle. And we are going to, that's going to represent your light and what you're presenting and what you're projecting to the world. And we are also going to bring in a card from the Phantomwise Tarot, which is what you are, it's your shadow side. It's what you're you've been trying to shove it to the side, but you won't be fully integrated until you acknowledge, embrace, and include this side of yourself. So, Year of the Hare people, let's start with, I should talk about what we just did with the light and the shadow. So, your light side is Beta of Spirit Wolf, which is the instincts that you have during heightened awareness. So you feel, you're trying to project somebody who's on the go and very aware and heightenedly aware, but also is very comfortable within that and acting on instinct within that, able to do that, able to act on instinct even when things are really, really heightened. What you are trying to ignore, we have the Death card. So this is not only major change, you're sort of like, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, but you are, two things. Major change is something that you perhaps are afraid of and you're trying to stave off. But at the same time, death can also be death. And so, you're doing this and maybe you've been ignoring your health, and this is important to keep in mind that you are mortal, assumingly, and that we need to acknowledge that. So let's get some runes down for the integration part. So your central issue through this is really about finding a home and a balance between your go lifestyle and your realization and recognition and acknowledgement and inclusion of the fact that you are mortal. You're living like you will never die, and yet this is a part that you need to acknowledge and include because it will make your life more rich and more meaningful. So it's finding that balance within the same home. We have the home and the homeland rune, which is Othala, and this is what you're sort of going for. You're looking for a home which includes both. Leading up to this, you've been pretty much sort of keeping, I'm not going to say your mind blank, but you've been kind of keeping yourself so that you're not really, just sort of making sure this is plugged in because there's a light on that wasn't before. You're keeping yourself before just sort of with a clear mind so that you could just move forward into this in your heightened awareness and just rely on instinct. And you're just sort of clearing your mind so that you can do this. But then you're like, I can't just do this. I'm a human being and there's a depth to me that I am not acknowledging. I'm just sort of skimming the surface lately. So this is your depth and you need to start including this. So one of the things that is going to help you is we have Fehu. Fehu is the rune of wealth and worth, and this has to do with, it's not necessarily money, it's upright, but it's your sense of wealth and worth and what makes your life rich and what makes your life meaningful. And as we were saying, it's like the fact of this is part of what makes life meaningful. So acknowledging that and also really looking at your life and say, what gives my life richness? Because if you're just skimming the surface and keeping your mind clear, there's not much richness, there's not much depth, and you need that for your life to have purpose and meaning that beyond just skimming the surface. So what isn't going to help is worrying about what other people are saying and the other people around you. And maybe you've surrounded yourself with a lot of people who are doing this, and you're sort of worried about that you may lose your place in that group if you start going a little deeper. But it's your life, don't worry about what other people are thinking about that because they don't choose for you. You choose for you. Bring yourself back up into where you're considering what makes your life rich and what makes your life meaningful. And what this is going to lead you to is an even greater drive forward, as well as a sense of Tivaz, Tears Rune, the warrior god, greater drive forward once you've increased your depth in this way, but also a greater need to deal with duties and responsibilities that you may have. Tyr was great about that. He was all about, tending what needs to be done. And you will feel more affectionate towards that. It will mean more to you to do the things you're doing because you've allowed yourself this depth. So that, Year of the Hare people, is your reading for integrating light and shadow. So I wish you all the best for this, and I wish you a lovely day or evening. Take care till next time. Bye.